Hey, Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honor to the Apostle Nel's great millstone. Peace and blessing to Yah, pushing his truth throughout the four winds. Okay. Uh, real quick, man, just a little video. Just basically showing how we're guided by the Lord. You know, there's many different ways to go about this, but through the Spirit, man, I hope it's edifying. I'm going to start in the book of Psalms, the 25th chapter. I'm going to start at 7. It says, "Remember not the sins of my youth, nor my transgressions according to thy mercy. Remember thou me for thy goodness sake, O Lord." Okay. It says, "Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore will he teach sinners the way." Okay. So it's a precept, Proverbs 16:9. It says, "A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directed his steps." Because when our minds were basically transformed and converted and repositioned, the Lord began to guide our steps in a righteous sense. Okay. It says, "Therefore will he teach sinners the way." Okay? Because we once were going off, you know what I'm saying? But by being converted, and this is what Proverbs 16:9 is basically stating. It says, "A man's heart or his mind deviseth his way, but the Lord directed his steps." So his steps are directed, you know, by the Lord, because you may have something in mind you want to do, but the Lord's going to direct your steps to make whatever you're doing righteous. Okay, He's not going to let you walk into no real messed off situation, so to speak. Okay, verse 9, it says, "The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way." And this is the word for meek: poor, humble, afflicted, meek. So everybody can't be meek, because you have people with money and they're not humble, they're not lowly, they're not needy, they're not weak. And that's why it's a scripture that money cures all things. By curing all things, cures all problems. By saying that, you basically get people that have it brings forth pride, so they don't feel needy now. You know, it's like when you're going through a situation, you need to call on the Lord, because you know that's the only outlet. People with money, when they get into that situation, why do they need to call on anybody? You know, they're comfortable, they're not needy. Okay, humble, lowly, meek. Okay, this in the Strong's, it says depressed, figuratively, in mind. Okay, depressed. And a lot of times you're depressed is because of something that deals with money. You know, something with finances. It says, or circumstances, needy, especially saintly. Okay, humble, lowly, meek, poor. So these are the people that Yahweh Shem Shai with. This is who he dwells with. This is who he teaches his ways to. Okay, not saying that you have to necessarily be poor, but you're going to be, you know, until he can build you up to, because if Yahweh Shem Shai wouldn't have you transition over from being a sinner and then build you up after tearing you down. The first thing he's not going to do is give you $1 million, because the transition part of that is like, it hasn't been fully established. You have to be built all the way up to where the Lord can say you can be trusted with $1 million now. It's like you earn it. Okay. This is Proverbs 3:34. It says, surely he scorneth the scorners, but he give grace unto the lowly. Okay, so that grace, that period, the Lord is with men who have outstanding debts, child support. You know what I'm saying? Everything goes against them. Those are the type of men that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua uses. You know, they're lowly. You know, this is Revelations 2:9. It says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. And this shows you that those people calling themselves Jews, they're a bunch of phonies, bruh. They're a bunch of phonies. It says in poverty. Why is it poverty? Because the people that he's with are the lowly. Okay? It says, but thou art rich. We know why we're rich. Everything's coming to us. Okay? Everything. It says, none of the blasphemy of them which say they're Jews, and they're not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Self-explanatory. Okay? And this is all the paths of the Lord are mercy and the truth unto such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. Now, when you go to Romans the 9th chapter, those testimonies was handed to Israel. Okay? Everything, the covenants, all that was handed to Israel. It says, all the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth unto such as keep his covenant. That was only to Israel. So not only is it only Israelites that's going to keep those covenants, but it's going to be lowly Israelites. It's going to be needy Israelites. Okay? Just a little something quick. I hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Double honors to Apostle Nels Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to y'all. Keep pushing this truth throughout the four winds. Shalom.